What's going on, guys? I'm Steve, and this is the Dynamic Reason channel. Guys, check it out. I was going through my news feeds, and I seen something that was very disheartening to me. And it's a damn shame that a lot of people still out here nowadays can resort to such dirty tactics under the guise of cowardice, but try to include other people, as a collective in it that ain't got nothing to do with it. As soon as I saw this story, I saw right between the lines. And hopefully you guys will too. This story right here is about this young lady up here. This is Anisha Nixon of Grand Rapids, Michigan. She moved in from one side of the city to another side, presumably a better side. Her and her children. She's a single mom, and she's trying to make her life better for her and her children by putting them in a better neighborhood, a fresh start, new beginning. Hope for her children and their development to be more productive in society, like everybody else would strive for. What happened to this woman in the new neighborhood she moved into is messed up. To me, it's an act of cowardice. We'll get into it. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but I want to jump into this video and I want you to take a look at this. There's some corny people out here for real, y'all. Check this out.
The Grand Rapids woman says she was disheartened recently to find an unwelcoming letter in the mailbox of her new home.
After the initial shock, she's beginning to feel better after getting neighborhood support. 13 Your Side's Nate Belt has the story.
Anisha Nixon was excited to move to the southwest side of Grand Rapids.
I never really stayed on the west side before, but I kind of always heard good things.
One day after she officially moved in, a letter was in her mailbox.
I just thought it was a normal welcoming letter or from one of my neighbors.
But as she began to read,
it said, "We will call Protective Services 911 311 Section 8 if needed. We will not play any games with you on that. Remember that, please."
The initial excitement that Nixon had to move here to the southwest side quickly fading the further she reads into the letter.
My heart just dropped.
A list of rules for the neighborhood, ranging from the basic, like trash removal, to telling her she wasn't allowed to interact with her neighbors.
Number 7, your neighbors want to be left alone. They are not your friends or your family. Just for me not to even have the opportunity or to be told that I can't do that, that's what kind of hurt it a lot.
Multiple times, threats to call police or even child protective services.
The police will be called ASAP. Life is too short. I was really offended by that part also.
Initially, Nixon thought it came from the neighborhood association because the envelope was labeled John Ball Area Neighbors. I reached out to that organization, which tells me it did not send the letter and that it does not condone what it says. Nixon says as a single black mom, she feels unfairly stereotyped.
The way I look, that can be the only thing I was judged by.
But is encouraged by the positive feedback she's received after posting the letter to social media.
My first initial thought was to run, to go, to leave. All the support I've received kind of makes me want to stay now.
And the excitement of introducing her true self to the southwest side is starting to return.
Come meet me and actually get to know the person I actually am.
In Grand Rapids, Nate Belt, 13 on Your Side.
All right, guys, listen. I blew this letter up so you could take a look at it. Now I'm going to show you something. This right here is total bullshit. And it aggravates me at the cowardice of somebody doing this. And that's all it is cowardly. Somebody put a lot of time into this, and you cannot tell, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to just call it out. Listen, I think a woman wrote this. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no man doing this unless he real old and got a foot and a half in the grave and the Grim Reaper's coming down the street and he going to be out on his way out before he get out. But this type of stuff, no matter who you are, shouldn't be tolerated. This is very, like they said, disheartening for somebody to go through that's looking for a fresh start and a chance for their children to grow productively. Now look at this. Look at some of the stuff this person wrote on this. Welcome to our neighborhood, being slick. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to say a few things. Now look at some of the stuff that they wrote on here, guys. This would have ran me hot if I got this. Look at the one in the middle one, where it says 8. Do not try and borrow from any of them, as they do not want you to ask your family members they're not your family members. Look at some of the stuff on here. See, this type of stuff, they categorize you by how you look. And I'm gonna tell you ladies something. This is what happened when you move in a house. Anytime you move into a new house, it's like coming into a classroom when you was younger. People study you. They look at you. Who is this person? Who are they in here? And all this other stuff. You got people that think they run the damn neighborhood. If you look at the media, they say it's from neighbors. No, this is from one person. You can tell the way it's written. No, what do you notice in this letter? You see the word respect multiple times. On page 1, you see it 1, 2, I think it's 3 times. Second page, you see respect. And I'm gonna show you something. It seemed like every stereotype, black stereotype that she could muster up. And this is a woman. I don't care what you say. No man wrote this. This is a woman. Put this up here, right? Of what she thinks about people. She put Section 8 in there. How you know that lady's Section 8? That's what pissed me off the most. How you know she's Section 8? She could have a good job. You seen her speak, seem like a well-rounded lady. Speaks well, seem like she got some type of education. See, this is why you need men in the house. If a man was in that house, because remember I said people study you. They say, oh, it's a woman and her kids. And I bet you they put that in there in the middle of the night. You understand what I'm saying? Coward shit. Yo, I can't stand stuff like this. We have pride in our neighborhood already saying one of the stereotypes, black folk come into the neighborhood and fuck it up. People are from all walks of life here. That's like, she put that in there. That's the second part. People are from all walks of life, meaning we're all, your color doesn't matter. But you put all these stereotypes in there. Don't borrow stuff. Your kids have respect. Keep them out of other people's yards. I think this lady, either somebody was there living there before and she trying to chastise this lady for what happened, or she just, oh, this is what they do, so I'll just write this in here. See, anybody can talk tough shit when they behind, but they'll never get found out. This is disgraceful and distasteful. This lady needs the taste smacked out of her damn mouth. Or whoever did this, this is messed up. Your name, and then this is the part that make me mad. Y'all remember when in fact, I'm gonna just get on that part and say, look, she got the nerve to write, life is too short. Thank you. Your neighbors with an S. We also know the property management people, and we'll talk to them. Already threatening. We'll call the cops. Section 8, CPS. See that bullshit? That kind of stuff it should not be tolerated. If somebody knows this lady, man, show her this video and tell her to contact me in my Gmail. I have ways of finding out who did this, and I'll tell her how to do it in a legal fashion where she ain't got to act a fool. She can find out who did this, and I guarantee you, them people in that neighborhood want to know who did it too, because one person shouldn't be speaking for all, and this puts a stain on that community if it's such a good motherfucking community like she fucking says it is. Yeah, guys, that's typical Karenistic behavior at its finest. And it shouldn't be tolerated. And I'm telling you, people like this be trying to like put everybody else in it, like they on a united front. And a lot of times the people they try to include don't even like them. Tell me I'm lying on that. Don't even like them. Person like this be one of them people that be sneaking and doing little notes and stuff in her thing. It's a way she can find out, legally find out without being stereotypical, strong, wild black woman. It's a way she can find out. And if any of y'all know her, have her contact me in my email. I'll tell her how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, 2 things in there that made me mad. And I didn't read them in that part of the letter. And you hear me on this. Drugs and loudness will not be permitted at any time. See the stereotype? See the stereotype? This woman right here wrote this, and I know some of y'all gonna come in the comments, Steve, you don't know it's a woman. A woman wrote that. Cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. She say a lot of what a lot of people think about us as a people. She just put it right out there. Here's another thing she said. We are not babysitters for your children. That's your job. See that? As if the children will just run wild all over the neighborhood, or she gonna try to run out and go to the club or something like that and make her responsibility everybody else's. Where do you get that from seeing somebody taking their furniture in the house with their children? Some people need a swift hand across their fucking face. And it sounds crazy, but it's true. You got a hell of a nerve to write that to somebody you don't even know their last name. This woman had to go to the media, and I know she was embarrassed. Did you see her face? She got the paper like, damn, what the hell? All I did was show up. She's paying just like everybody else is paying in that neighborhood. Who the fuck are you or anybody else to start attacking her, and she ain't got in the door and locked it behind her? Notice on the thing, you see what I'm saying? On the envelope, they're going to put down the I guess the HOA or whatever it is. Ain't got nothing to do with them. Ain't got nothing to do with them. Can't single themselves out. And that's the thing, the coward shit. I hate coward shit like this. Don't say no strong statements without putting your name on there, where somebody can confront you and rebuttal the statements you made against them. It's a lot of that hiding in the shadows, going to throw the stone and then hide your hands. Oops upside the head is what you get. For real. I moved into a neighborhood. The first house I brought out here in Houston, we were the only black people on the street. Moved in. Nobody said anything. Nobody watched us. They probably peeked out the window. All people do that when new people move in. Don't make it obvious. But we were in the house about a day or two. Every neighbor periodically during that day knocked on the door and introduced themselves. Hey, I'm such and such. This is, they live here, they do this, they do this, they do this, they do this. Never really asked me nothing about me. Didn't really care. Didn't see no false smiles or no fake glances. Treated me like a regular human being. Never had no problem with them people. They welcomed me into that community. And I give them respect for that. Same time I brought a house 3 years later. Another house. You know, a better home. People were nice. Hey, they just wave at you. I never gotten anything like that. Because I'm going to tell you, something like that, I'd go to every door. And I'm going to tell you something. These are houses within distance, watching distance of that house. So you can single out. I'm not even going to talk about, listen, all in all, this is messed up. It is. 3 things make me mad. Number 1, they don't know her or where she come from, what her background is, for them to put all them stereotypes on her. Number 2, the person that did this is cowardly. And number 3, I don't like, and this is the one thing I don't like, how the person tried to make it look like it was a lot of people when there's really one person that has a problem. That's prejudice at its finest. You prejudging somebody without you even knowing. You know what I'm saying? And it has some racial undertones in it. A lot of them. I guarantee you, if this person got outed, y'all, everybody in that neighborhood would be like, oh, you ain't speaking for us. You wrote that shit and they back right off you. And that's a lot of stuff we need to start doing in the black community. When people start doing crazy stuff, back right off them. I don't care if you cool or not. You know the difference between right and wrong. I don't want to be associated with that shit. Guarantee you, this person is somebody that they don't like in that neighborhood. All in all, it's tragic that that's her welcoming gift to trying to have a better life and meeting these neighbors. I'm sure now that the news got out, a lot of people will come to her and be like, hey, man, we don't speak for this. Like, you know, like she said, people are like, hey, man, that's not us. You know, we don't know who the fuck. A lot of people that do this, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. When they find out who it was, they'll come back and tell you, hey, don't say nothing. This is who it was that did that. Because people like this, when they do this type of stuff, they chatty. They got to tell somebody, and that person always come back and tell the other person. So people like this usually set their own bridges they try to build on fire and die while it's burning with them on it. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Fuck whoever wrote that letter. I'm out.